Great day, everybody. How's it going out there? This is Sandler Francois of Premier Paralegal. You can check us out on premierparalegal.com. You can check us out on Facebook under Premier Paralegal, or you're already checking us out very likely on YouTube. So you should subscribe, like, and most importantly, leave comments. Let me know what you think so we can improve what we're doing. Because what we're doing is about divorce, family issues regarding divorce, and we are focusing on child support over the next few days. And I've been alternating between custodial parents and non-custodial parents, just sharing tips and procedures and facts that I've learned from my studies. You can find the same things online. You could check it out with the family court, and hopefully you'll listen to this before you have to ever go through these situations. Or if you're not going through these situations, consider yourself fortunate, but perhaps you know someone that is, so you can perhaps share it with a family, friend, or loved one. So this one's for the non-custodial parents, those whom are not living with the child of the relationship. And I'm going to spend a few short minutes with some important information about presenting yourself in court. Mind you, these are procedures, these are facts, these are things you should compare to what you're being told by your attorney if you hired one. This information is very valuable, but should not replace the information or the advice of your attorney if you hired one. Okay, so let's get into it. So presenting yourself in court. So if you're a non-custodial parent, you might as well already feel like you're behind the eight ball, and you might feel there are a ton of disadvantages, and you have a lot to prove. Well, you're right and wrong, because when you go into court, while you do have your say and you do have your day in court, you want to make sure that you're playing the game right, because I'll always say that this is a game. Everything in life is a game, not a joke, but a game. And with every game, you want to win, or at least increase your odds of winning. So when presenting yourself to court, in court rather, you go to the court, and the support magistrate, or in other words, the judge, will listen to what you have to say, and they'll make hopefully a fair decision. All right, you want to believe they'll make a fair decision. If you want to be taken seriously, though, you must be respectful of the court. All right. Pretty much the golden rule: how you treat them is how you would like them to treat you. So important things, some common sense things like arriving on time. It's important not to arrive exactly at the time you're supposed to be there, but you should arrive at least 15 to 30 minutes in advance, because if you're due to be in court at 9:30 and you get to the court building at 9:30, guess what? If you've never been there before, you very likely will see a long line of people waiting that very likely had to be in court at 8:30. And they're still standing in line because they have to go through metal detectors, or they don't know where they're going. So they're just jamming up the entire line, and they're congesting the elevators, so you can't get to that very high floor in the court. And it's already 9:30. And you think you did a good thing by just walking in at that time, but you realize you're probably not going to get upstairs until 10:15, 10:30. So you're not respecting yourself, and you're not respecting the court. So when they say arrive on time, I suggest that you get there at least 30 to 45 minutes in advance. And the trains being late, the buses being late, the cab being stuck in traffic is simply not a good enough excuse for you to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. The joke I like to make, that one of my mentors said, was if you had a $1 million check waiting on you, and you were told to be at a certain place at a certain time, not a minute earlier, not a minute later, the odds are you would definitely be there at that exact time. So you should treat this in the same manner, with the same respect. So arrive on time. Next, you want to wear appropriate clothing, like a shirt with a collar and sleeves and long pants. The appropriate dress. You more want to dress as if you're going for business, because this is more of a business meeting than anything else. All right. So you don't want to go dressed as if you're going to the club. You don't want to arrive looking like you just woke up with crust in your eyes and with your mouth all gummy from still being asleep. You want to appear bright and awake and aware, because a lot of things are going to be said. A lot of things are going to be expected of you to answer, and you want to be aware and look appropriate. All right. Be prepared with a list of important things you want to say. Don't expect to freestyle or go off the top of your head and just spew out a bunch of things expecting to sound so great and so intelligent. You sound most intelligent if you're prepared. And the best way to be prepared, from my experience, is to have things written out on paper, to make sure you can understand what you wrote and what you meant when you wrote it. So you want to review it in advance, and be prepared with a list of important things you want to say, because I've seen a lot of people in a court environment just jammed up by judges, courts,